YouTube.
But then we won't see this wonderful picture.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah, I guess we have a countdown timer on both systems.
We do.
Don't forget your promises. It's all in fable. Locked up in stable.
YouTube is only about 3 seconds behind, and then Facebook is about almost 25 seconds behind.
25, okay.
Yeah. Makes it hard for Facebook to stay in a live conversation.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything we can do about that. I don't think could be a function of the streaming, but I'd like to have 1080 resolution on YouTube, so
Yeah.
we might look into that, though. Let's see if we can do a little better. Always aiming to improve. Hopefully don't break too many things in the process.
Don't you know what first is inside? Midnight downtown. Don't forget your sunset behind. It's all in fable. Locked up in stable.
Okay, Grace, we've got about 7 minutes to go. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Plug in my umbilical here so I can hear y'all. Let's see how our screens are working today.
You got your lights all on?
My lights
Yeah.
on. I think so. Oh, yes, overhead lights. Yeah, I think we're all good to go. Wake up!
Don't you know the first is design? Midnight downtown. Don't forget your promises. Alive. It's all in fable.
5 minutes and counting.
Up in stable, where we arrive. sleigh bow where we align.
Look at this. There's the smallest of spiders I think I've ever seen here. It's like
He's trying to make
trying
his
to get a start.
he's trying to make his debut.
I'll be nice, put him outside. A debut, yeah, that's good, honey.
Don't you know the first day
I think it's Charlotte.
inside?
Man, I can't even see this. Somewhere else, please.
Downtown.
Poor baby.
Don't forget your summer city behind. It's all in favor, locked up in stables where we align. It's tango cable, it's clanging sleigh bells where we unwind. Remember last year, it's still in my head. You kissed my hair and said what you said. Remember my fear, it's still in my head. I waited for so long, but you didn't
And we have
care.
reached the 2-minute warning marker. How's everybody out there doing today?
Question, yes. For those who are the June 19th, some of them may be doing celebrations today. We would certainly honor that.
Yeah, that's a good question. Is there any celebrations going on?
A lot to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
45 seconds, something like that.
Mm-hmm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Friday! Welcome to another fun and fabulous Friday afternoon. We hope everybody out there is doing well. Today we're going to be taking a couple of questions, seeing what we can do to answer those. If you've got some questions you've been wanting to ask, now's a great time to put those in the comments, and we'll see if we can't do those as well. In the meantime, introducing your host, Michael.
Thank you, Grace. Awesome job as always. Man, isn't it wonderful to have a great partner that can kind of tee it off and make you feel confident and ready for the day. And this is fantastic fun. Friday, June 19th, 2020. I hope you're having a great day and a good weekend coming up. Oh, before we get started, I should say tomorrow, Ultra and Premium members, remember that we're going to start 2 hours later than normal. So that is for us people in Pacific time on the left coast. That is, rather than 1 p.m. Pacific time, it's 3 p.m. If you're on the East Coast, that makes it after dinner. So have yourself a libation, pull on up a seat, and we'll look forward to having a great session tomorrow. We're going to do, I was thinking it was going to be a wrap for opening leads versus suit contract. But I got to say, I've got a lot of material. So we're going to go ahead and finish up the Marty Bergen hands there. Got some great lessons there. I think you'll enjoy them. And, I thought, why don't we go ahead and take a look at some hands that come up from high-level players, maybe in a Bermuda Bowl and some other things. So once we get kind of well-grounded, we're going to go ahead and have some fun and see what some of the pros do with some of these hands. But we want to certainly have our foundations down there. Just like today, we're going to take a look at some of your questions. And Grace, I think you said you would be willing to at least take some chat messages in, right? If people wanted to add something. I don't know if we can catch them today, but
Yeah, they can just go ahead and put their questions in the comment, and we can go ahead and, if we can't get to them for any reason today, we'll put those on a list for next time.
Good. Absolutely. So we have several today. And the hand of the week, oh boy, came up 2 days ago, I guess it was. I think I may have one from yesterday's game. Had a couple good sessions, and I've talked about confidence lately. We had a couple first places here when I was playing, but sometimes you get a hand that is like, well, things don't always go according to plan. And I enjoy covering those too. So in addition to having the fun types of things that come up, if we have some other things where we have lessons learned, that's what we're here for. So with that, let's go ahead and start and take a look at some of our questions. Grace, are you ready for question time?
Question number 1. That's coming from John.
Okay.
And John asked,
Oh, wait, we have one before that. Oh, doesn't it show up on yours?
Oh, okay. I apologize.
Bernice
apparently.
just snuck one in, and I said, John had some earlier. I'm going to let Bernice
Okay.
go
So
first.
Bernice says, no one is vulnerable. PPP to me, XXX, QXX.
Come on, honey. You got to call them off better than that.
Ace, king, queen.
Pass to me in the pass-out seat.
Uh-huh.
3 babies in spades, queen tripleton, in hearts. And what's in the diamond suit?
An ace, a king, and a queen.
Ace, king, queen 7 times. Wow. So it's a 7-3-3-0, no clubs.
Do I bid or sense a misfit?
A misfit. Yeah, it doesn't mean we have a misfit. We don't know what our partner's holdings are. If I didn't know any better, I would say maybe this was with bridge base robots. Because when you have a 7-card suit, somebody else has got a 2-suited hand or a 1-suited hand. So why aren't they bidding? What is going on here? Inquiring minds must know. What do you think, Grace?
I think that I'm going to ask Michael.
Okay. Well, with that, I guess I should put on the hat, shouldn't I? I haven't got the hat on
Bernice
yet,
said
so-
yes, robot.
Okay, it was with a robot. I was kind of suspicious that it might have been because it just kind of was like, something didn't quite add up. Why didn't somebody else bid? And the robots will never have more points than you do. So if we've got 11 points, how many points does everybody else have at the table? Any sense on that? Well, nobody else has more than 11. So it could be one other person has 11 and 2 9s, or 3 people have 11 and the poor person has, 7? But something like that. So at any rate, nobody felt interested to bid. And the first thing I look at is who's got the spade suit? Well, not us. At least we don't have the club suit. The void is one beneath us. That is maybe a little helpful. But yeah, this is really kind of interesting. And 4-seat bidding, by the way, is in a way the same as if it was our left-hand opponent opened and we're in 4-seat. When you're in 4-seat, if you do a jump bid, it is not showing weakness. It is showing that you've got, maybe 12 to 15 points, but you have a good suit, a one that is, if you will, if not self-sustaining or semi-self-sustaining, at least it's got some good values, 2 primary honors. A rebiddable suit, in other words. It could be ace, king, queen 5 times or something else. I do like Ron Anderson's treatment, which he says you should have 2 defensive tricks when you're in 4C. And this one does not have 2 defensive tricks, just has that queen.
We've got some new people coming in. If you can scoot over to the other side of the screen so they can see the question, please.
Okay, so zoop. How about that? We are over there. Thank
like
you, Grace.
magic.
As if by magic. Okay, so at any rate, yeah, this is really interesting. Ace, king, queen 7 times. I always wonder is who's got the spade suit, and are they going to run away with us on spade suit? First off, there is no guarantees on what's going to happen next. Some people say 11 points, couple distribution, pass. Is it a rebiddable suit 2 times? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could go up to 3 diamonds with this hand and compete. If they go to 3 spades and your partner's got a bunch of spades, then we may set them. So it's kind of a roll of the dice. If you like playing craps, roulette, whatever it is, poker, this is your hand. This is your time. Yeah, and you should be aware is that this could go either way. So you might think about that, depending upon how well you're doing in a tournament or some other things with your friends. But I do like the fact that it's a rebiddable suit, and I don't mind going to the 3 level. Now, if you go 3 diamonds right off the get-go, then I suppose it's hard for them to come in. And if they do, now the dice is being tossed back to them. So I would say this, Bernice, if you're playing with somebody that is much better than you, or the other way, then you might want to do 3 diamonds with this bid just to kind of shake it up a little bit. But 2 diamonds, as I say, typically that is where you are strong and you have 2 defensive tricks. So I wouldn't do that. You're playing with robots, who knows what they'll think of it. So if you had a void in the spade suit, I would not bid, I would pass. But with this one, where I've got a tripleton, even though they're small, I think I'd be inclined to bid. So if you want to bid 1 diamond, or just what they call it, walk the dog, bid slowly and go up to 3 diamonds, 1 diamond, then later on 2 diamonds, later on 3 diamonds. Or maybe it goes 1 diamond and they go 1 spade and the next person goes 2 spade. I'd still go 3 diamonds with this hand, and maybe your partner has some goodies to set them. So I don't know. We don't know if it's a fit or a misfit yet. Stay tuned. Hope that helps.
Okay.
Next one.
Let's go ahead and move on to that second question, and that one does come from John here in Petaluma. He asked, what are the conventions to learn after the ones you previously discussed as the most important defense trump suit preference and Smith Echo versus no trump?
Let's try that one. Okay, yeah, we did discuss those last week, and I said that opening leads and opening plays are what's most important. You may not want to think of them as convention, but having a preference when you go high-low when they start playing trump to say I want an upper suit and another suit, or low-high. And if it happens to be where it's in a no trump contract, a low-high says I don't like your lead partner, or I don't like my lead partner, don't continue it. And a high-low says yes, please continue. So another one, well, I guess then I would say I would want the ones that I get most utility value, the ones that come up open. And that means competitive auctions. And competitive auctions, you could have quite a few, but I think that a lot of people could still use some work on their doubles, on takeout doubles, agreements there, and also negative doubles, the responders bids. And I suppose even in the advancer, the person in the responsive seat. So I would work on those and see, there's a half a dozen or so. You could go to BridgeHands and search for double, and you can see some of the plethora of different things, or lessons if you want to go ahead and study up on some of those. But I would say that would be the thing that I would say next most. The ones that come up most often, to get those down before you get into some that maybe come up once a week, once a month, or once a year. Okay.
Okay, well, there is a second part of that.
Oh, there's a second part. Yes, go ahead.
He said, which one gives you a major advantage in the game?
A major advantage in the game, or maybe in making a game. Well, certainly game bonuses are important. I would say the help suit game try is a very good one. So, one spade, one of a major, two spades, one heart, two hearts. And I've got 6 losers. If I had 7 losers and you've only got 2 tricks, we're not going to make game. If you jumped, then I know you've got about 3 tricks for me. But if you only have 2 tricks when you go to sign off at 2 of the major, and I now bid another suit, and you could play long suit, game suit, help suit. There's about half a dozen different ways, but I normally just play it where, partner, can you reduce my losers in the suit at the 3 level to 1? Maybe I've got queen 3 times, and do you have a doubleton or an ace or a king in your hand that can help me? So I'd say that would be a good one, but other things to help to propel you to game, as well as, once again, to the competitive auctions. When do we bid on? Now, you may not do maximal doubles or some of those others, but support doubles you should know. So some of the doubles, get comfortable with those. So I hope that helps, John.
Okay, well, let's go ahead. I'll put the 3rd question up, and I'll let you read that one.
I don't see a question there, but I think this is, we're into the maybe hand of the week.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and say one more time here. If anybody has some questions this afternoon and would like to put those up in the comments, we will try to answer those.
Okay, awesome. Here we go. So this was a robot hand a couple days ago, and the auction started off. Well, look at the hand in the south before we get started. It's a nice hand. Queen, Jack, 10, 9 in spades. Ace, King, Jack 4 times in hearts. King 3 times in diamonds, and ace, doubleton in clubs. So I'm pretty excited. When my partner opens, it's like, hey, this is great. I think that with 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 18, I think, yeah, if my partner's got 13, I've got 11. We're getting pretty close to slam country. So it's a robot game. Nobody's going to have more than me, so I'd have to worry about them having 18 points and being in a grand slam, that's for sure, which is 37 points or more, right? Okay. And aces and the kings, of course. So here we go. So after I bid 1 heart, I don't have to make any jump bids or anything. 1 heart is forcing, obviously. My partner bids the lower ranking suit, 2 clubs, no reverses there. And I think, yeah, okay. So they've got the minors, I've got the majors. No surprise there. And so my rebid, well, I'm going to bid 2 spades, which with the robot games, that's Ginsburg Intelligent Bridge. On Bridge Base Online, that is a 4 suit. It is forcing a game. If you play 4 suit only forcing 1 round, the rebids can be kind of hard and complicated and require a lot of partnership agreement. So I like 4 suit forcing to game just like the robots do. Fine. Okay, now can I trust my partner that if the auction goes slowly and a lot of other bids come, they won't pass? I'm kind of maybe hovering my mouse over those bids just to make sure the robot doesn't get some new ideas, but should be forcing a game, I believe. Okay, so after 2 spades, what next? This is interesting. What should we do next? And let's go on to the next slide and see what we've got in store here. Well, first off, here's what their hand is. So what do you think you would do with the robot hand there? You've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and a couple of distribution points for your nice diamond suit. It's a rebiddable suit, isn't it? So let's see what happens next. Well, I guess first, well, here's another one. Okay. I guess what happened on this one, I think we ended up in 3 no trump, but it was one of those I felt like, should I go on further? And as you can see in this is that the club suit, not likely that it's going to split well. They had Jack 4th against this. And then you've got the, that ace and the king of spades also against you. So no, it shouldn't make slam. Did somebody bid slam? Yes, somebody bid slam. Did they make slam? Yes. What was the contract? No trump. What? They didn't have an ace or king? But the way they bid it after the 4 suit forcing, it was a club rebid is what I think. Yeah, that would be fine to rebid your 5-card club suit. And so after that is it went 4 no trump, and the robot thought it was asking for aces in a club contract. which it wasn't. He was just like wanting to do a quantitative bid. But, it's like these can get very complicated and messed up. So these types of things were in minor suit slams are oftentimes not easy to bid. They ended up in 6 no trump, and they made it because one person had the king doubleton of spades, the other one had some more spades, and they were able to make the contract because the heart was led. And I don't think the robot should have done it. The left-hand opponent had queen, 10, 9, something or another. When you're opposite a 6 no trump contract, don't lead away from your kings or queens. And the robot, I don't think, made a good lead there. But that's another story. And obviously, they thought with me just only bidding one heart once, maybe that was the best lead. So it was kind of fun, but I have a better one than that. Okay, let's go through the setup first. We're going to have about 11 different bidding scenarios. In other words, this is distributional. A lot of people had different ideas. So here we go. We're going to see what's going to happen here. First of all, here's my hand. Oh boy, that's a nugget, isn't it? It's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 2, 0, and you can see the values. You got 12 points alone just in high card points, and I see another 5 floating around in clubs, and another one in hearts with the 10 with it 6 times. So yeah, I think you're going to want to start off with a heart and then rebid clubs in a way that you want to go in a game forcing auction. But you are not in the first seat. So here's what we have. Okay, we're in 4th seat. So if you had some ideas on your first bid of 1 heart, sorry, 3 people get to bid before you. And okay, so we've got a 2 suitor. And what bids do you think maybe will come before you? We saw Bernice's hand there, and I would have wondered if they would find the spade suit or if they have a big bid in clubs, since we had a void in clubs. You think that they'll come off in the diamond suit or the spade suit here? I think it could be either one of those, but we have a 2 suitor, so I think there's another 2 suitor floating out there, or maybe a 1 suitor. Okay, here we go. Get ready. And we're off. The bidding goes pass to our left, pass by our partner, 1 spade by a righty, and it is our call. Or 1 diamond, I should say, by our righty. I'm thinking of spades, aren't I? So what is your call? I'm curious. Go ahead and tell us. If you want to go ahead and type them out there on the screen, I'd be curious what your bid would be. And we're going to take a look at a lot of different bids here today. Not just for the first one, but obviously there's rebids associated with these. Unless you just make a big bid now, but that would be a gamble, wouldn't it? So what do you bid there? You've got a void in the suit that's been bid. Grace, do we have anybody coming in?
3 no trump. That's me.
With the void in the diamond suit. She is bold. Well, I think your partner may have some diamonds.
Wait.
That's a possibility.
Ed says he'll do 1 hearts.
1 heart. Okay, 1 heart is a little sheepish because we have more than 17 points. And remember, we talked about what are some of the things you should learn most besides your defensive is how to use competitive auctions. And one of them is the double. And we double to, say, bid another suit. Now, we need to have 3 in the other suits. And we only have 2 spades. But we have 17 points or more. So if I say, Grace, where do you want to go to eat tonight?
Where do I want to go to
Yes.
eat tonight? I want to go to Whatted Chicken.
No, we're going to go to Volpe's.
Oh, okay.
Well, I kind of shocked her. Why to ask her and then say something else?
Well, I'm happily surprised.
I do, because it's close with the COVID-19. But anyway, the point is if you make a double, say partner bid another flavor,
So
and they bid a flavor, and you say, no, we're going to do this other one. That you shocked them because you've got 17 points or more. So I would think you could double first. Yes, Grace?
Bernice says X, then hearts.
Yeah, X and then hearts. If your partner bids 3 spades, you're like, well, I wasn't expecting that. Maybe I should have. I would still bid 4 hearts. I want to tell them that, hey, hearts was my suit, and I just wanted to show you I had 17 points or more, because maybe we miss a game. If I just bid 1 heart, and my partner's got 8 or 9 points, and well, I heard a diamond, and then I heard a heart, and I just got 8, 9 points, and I've got a king of diamonds and a couple others, and I'll just pass. And oh no, we missed our game. We could have been in 3 no trump with your king 3 times, or whatever.
See, I said 3 no trump.
Yeah, later. And I know you want instant satisfaction, don't you, baby? Okay, so at any rate, let's take a look at more. So, if you vote number 1 out of the 11 tries, you make a double, and then it goes pass and your partner. Yeah, sure enough, our doubleton spades, ace 10 doubleton. Our partner bids 1 spade. No real surprise there, but they didn't jump. They don't have more than 8 points. They just did it at the 1 level. And our righty says 2 diamonds. Well, how about that? There's where our 6-card suit is, isn't it? And our lefty doesn't have many points. Well, that's encouraging anyway. They didn't come in. So now what do we do? So we heard our partner was forced to bid, might have 0 points, but they can't bid 1 no trump unless they have like 8 points and some stoppers and diamonds. They didn't use that bid, so I'm not so sure yet. But we only know they have 4 spades, and that's all we know. And they have 13 cards, yes. So a rebid of 2 diamonds. What's your call now?
A rebid of 2 diamonds?
Yeah, our righty rebid 2 diamonds. So what do we want to bid now? Do we want to show that heart suit? I think Bernice says, yeah, double and then bid 2 hearts.
And now she's going to say 3 clubs.
Well, okay, but let's get the 2 heart bid in first. So yeah, I think a lot of people, part of, if you take the traditional way, obviously it's traditional because that's what I did. And I think most people double and then bid 2 hearts. And after 2 hearts, our partner bid 2 spades. Okay, it sounds like they've got a 6-card suit. And I hovered over what their bid meant, and it says 6 plus spades and 2 to 6 points total. Oh, okay. So there we go. I don't know what your next bid is going to be, but I am curious if you're going to I think Bernice says she's going to go in 3 clubs, but with this explanation, I'm wondering if you'd say, well, we've got ace double 10, a partner's got 6. Do I bid 3 spades, or where do we go?
She's excited. She got ahead of herself on this one.
Okay, but she said 3 clubs. I'm assuming that's what she wants. I'm sure some of you have some others. If you want to put your comments up there, we can continue on, but here we go. So I guess some people at least bid 3 hearts, and my partner goes 3 spades. Wow, partner. And this time I hovered over what the difference was between the 2 spades and 3 spades. Twice rebiddable spades. Oh boy, don't you know. Well, we'll kind of put that on hold. We'll take a look at scenario number 2. We'll get back to that one. I guarantee all of these. We'll take a look at some of the results. So some people made a double, 2 hearts, and then they rebid 3 hearts. I don't know if that's what I heard from Benice, but then it went 3 spades. And then it was an all pass. I think that might have been at my table. I thought, okay, don't think I went to game, but some people would. There's some went to 4 spades, some went to 3 spades, and their partner went to 6 spades. This is scenario number 4. That's kind of a little bit rich in my opinion, but yeah, one person did that. And then number 5, one person bid just a simple heart. We've heard that bid here. Some people say just do 1 heart. Then after 2 diamonds, they went 3 clubs, and it went swish, all passed. So partner, I guess, liked that and didn't like the hearts. Okay, and here's one where it started with 1 heart again, and then they bid 2 hearts. It seems kind of like a little punky for all those points just to start with 1 heart and then 2 hearts, which is definitely a sign-off bid. But their partner bid 2 spades. Oh, okay. They came alive for some reason there. Question that as we'll see their hand. And then it went 3 clubs. Okay, you're showing your pattern that you have more hearts than you do clubs. And then your partner went 3 hearts, and then it went pass. Next one was 1 heart, and then came back with 4 clubs, not 3 clubs, not 2 clubs, but 4 clubs, and it went pass. Okay, here's one that started off with 1 heart, came back and jumped to 3 hearts. Okay, so then partner did 3 spades. They went 4 clubs, and oh, we've got a game in hearts here. 4 hearts. Number 9 started off with I would call that a preempt bid, 1 club, and then jumped to 2 hearts. You do not have the hand to do that. So that one I can't quite follow. And then over in righty, they went to 3 diamonds, and then they went to 3 hearts, and partner went to 3 spades. This auction has gotten out of hand, as Eddie Cantor would say. And then went to 4 clubs, and partner went to 4 hearts. So they ended up in 4 hearts, and don't ask me to explain the wisdom on vote number 9 if you like that one. But that was interesting. Ended up in a heart game. Number 10, they started with 1 heart, and after 2 diamonds, they said, I'm not going to show this club suit. Why show a secondary suit? I've got enough to go to game, and I am going to bid it. Well, we'll see. And the last one, it went 1 diamond, and they went 4 hearts right off the get-go. And the diamond rebidder, not this time, says, I double you. How dare you do that?
Double dare you.
Double dare, yes. So there you go. And I thought that was a very interesting hand of the week. So let's take a look and see what we've got. And the north hand, drum roll, please. Wait a second. I was told that it had, yes, thank you, Grace, that it had 6 spades. Where's the other 2 spades? Partner lied. Nah, partner didn't lie. But sometimes when you put your partner in a difficult position, you know, the first time, I think, when I made a double, yeah, you have to bid the spade suit. Fine, you can't bid the diamonds. Can't bid no trump because you don't have 8 to 10 points. So you've got to sometimes bid a 3-card or 4-card suit. And when you have a hand like this, your partner makes a double, you know it's a type 2 double where they've got 17 points or more. So you should be happy that you've got this. So your partner's got all the points and they'll be the declarer, but just bid your spades. But after I then came back with 2 hearts, should that bid be forcing at this point? It depends on your partnership agreement, but apparently this robot felt I was duty bound to bid, and when they rebid spades again, and their system says you're supposed to have 6, I think they should have found something else. I think they should have said, well, I'm going to bid no trump. You know, the first time you can't because you don't have 8 to 10. This time as partner, this is the best I can do is show you some diamond stoppers. I'm not inclined to bid hearts with singleton, because I think you've got a lot. We'll see what you do next. So I don't think you should necessarily pass with this, but I think the second bid should not have been 2 spades again. It should have been 2 no trump at that point. At any rate, let's go on and see where we're at. So here's the 4 hands. Here's righty, who bid the diamonds, and I think that's a great hand. They have a 6-card suit. That's 6 beggar, ace, king, jack, 9. Great. King, queen, doubleton, and hearts. Well, isn't that cute? That means I've only got 1 heart loser because they've got a king, queen tight. Now, how often does that come? The people who end up in 4 hearts, I think they were lucky, don't you? Because I can make a 4-heart game here based upon the lie of the cards. Obviously, the people are in spades, 3 spades, which is where we were. Some were 4 spades, and you saw that one went to 6 spades. They're not going to be too happy going down 5. So it was a difficult hand, and so let's take a look and see the results. The people were in the clubs. Well, they had positive scores. You can see 3 clubs making 4, got 70 points, 190 points there, and there were some others there that you can see, 4 clubs making 2, and so on. So yeah, it was kind of an interesting hand. But wait, there's more. Now there's those of us who were in the spade contract where a partner said they had a 6-card suit, and I've learned my lesson and why I share this with you. And so, oh, these are more clubs, excuse me, that didn't do as well. We're going to get to the spades next, but some people didn't play as well in the club suit. Okay. Next, here's us. There is me, the one in the red where it says negative 150 for 10.94% grace. 11 pathetic points. I still got my first place, but I was not really happy with this hand. But hey, trust yourself, trust your confidence, and you want to learn from these hands. And I think I've learned is that when you hover over your partner's bid, when you've made a strong aggressive bid, they may not have the values that it says they're supposed to. And probably with your partner too, sometimes when you put them with it, you made a reverse bid, as Howard and some other people have said, and you get kind of questionable, and you've made a strong bid, you have 2 club opener, or you double and then bid your suit showing 17 or more. Yeah, it's a little bit more challenging. So sometimes you're just kind of on your own, and it's a bit of a guessing, just like Bernice talked about with that king, queen, ace, king, queen 7 times in diamonds and queen 3rd in the heart suit, as I recall. But okay, and you can see there's 4 spades down 5. And okay, how about the heart bidders? Oh yeah, they made their contracts and got the top boards. And look at that one. Remember they started with 1 heart, and then it came back with, was it 4, I think? But anyway, when they got to the 4 hearts, oh no, it was 1 diamond, 4 hearts, pass, double, passed out. They've got the top board making a doubled contract. Yes, Grace?
Ed said that was an interesting hand. He always seems to underbid himself.
Yeah, and you don't know about these, but sometimes your partnership trust and things like that, and just if they steal one from you once in a while, but 51% of the time you get the better result. Think about your style and what you're comfortable with. And I agree with you, Howard. You were just very lucky if you bid game and it was king, queen, tight, and hearts. The only way you're going to make that, you had to have some good things, some great things happen when the other person had 4 hearts but didn't have the king, queen. So there you go. Yes, Grace?
He adds, I also seem to have robot always gets me too high.
Yeah, you must be a little bit careful with the robots when you start making bids in new suits. We, and maybe this is good to teach us a little bit of discipline, because if we do things and we say, well, here's my hand, and your robot sometimes feels like it has a necessity to bid. And I think where I showed you where it got up to 3 spades with 4 spades to the nothing, that was clearly a programming error. I think there's no doubt about that. So, okay, I didn't know if anybody else had any comments. I do have one more question that came in if we had time. Do we have time, Grace?
Yeah, we have the time.
Okay, so if we're all ready, let's go ahead and go there, and I'll have some final comments. John asked, what is your... Oh, go ahead, Grace. I'll let you ask this one.
Oh, do I have it?
Oh, sure. You should see it there. What is this right on your screen?
Okay. What is your preferred defense carding system and why?
Wow. Well, I would say, and I firmly feel this way, if you're the better player, it's what your partner prefers, and you should make an effort to learn that quickly. If you have more repertoire with different methods, so if my partner says standard American, that's my favorite right then and there. If they say they want odd even discards, great partner, I like odd even discards. If they say I like Laventhal discards, a discard, low means a lower suit, a high means a higher suit. That's what I want to play with your partner. If they do revolving Laventhal or something, we might talk about it at least a minute before we do it. Upside down attitude, great partner. That is probably my favorite, is upside down count and attitude, or just upside down attitude, standard count, fine. And then if they say what type of discards do you have, upside down too, there a low and another suit, yeah, that means is that I like that suit. So I like low upside down attitude all the way around, and if you want to play upside down count or standard count, fine. But I think it is important, if you're the better player, don't make the person play up to the way you're comfortable with, and it's going to be 3 or 4 times of practice before they get it right, maybe more. So, because some people say, oh, upside down. Well, that would be on opening lead too, right? If I lead low, it's low from 2 because it's upside down. No. Even if you play upside down count out, it doesn't pertain to the opening lead. Opening response, okay. But you see, there's these types of things where people cannot know a little bit more of the extras that go with that. So I would say is do what your partner wants, and the why is because you want your best game with the partner. If they want to learn something else, fine. Hopefully it's not going to be in a knockout when you're at a national that you've gone 2,000 miles to. You don't want to have your teammates say, why didn't you get your carding right? But I think that's fine to do that. So I think that was it, Grace. Do we have anything else?
We have a question that came in via
boy.
your email, but
Okay.
let me see if I can't read that. Hold on, let me find it again.
I'm going to go back to my big head.
Okay. Opposed to your little one?
There we go.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Okay, Grace, where is the question?
All right, this is coming in through support at BridgeHands, and it's from Barbara.
Oh, it came in on support system, on the email.
It did, and she
I
said,
haven't seen it. Yes. What is
Hi.
it? Hi.
Can you help me count this hand? Queen 10 XXX.
Oh, this isn't going to be good if we can't have it on a screen somewhere.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
Let me go over.
And move
Time
it
out for a second.
Okay.
I'm going to see what I can do.
Please
here.
pause. Please stand by. Okay, I've got it in control.
There's quite a bit of stuff to that. We would need to
Can I make-
have that come over.
Oh.
So I think we're going to have to save that one.
You want me to print it? And
No,
then
I'm
you
gonna-
can hold
I'm
it
gonna
up?
I'm going to at least read some of it out here. Is it the audience needs to see it also?
I can print it, and you can hold it in front of the screen.
No, that won't work.
Okay.
We got to do
I guess we can just do it
okay,
next
well,
week.
it has to do with counting the hand, and it has a queen 10 6 times in a suit. Partner has raised suit, counting 2 for the queen, and ask some questions about that. So it happens to do with hand evaluation, and we will give that due diligence and justice next week. So thanks, Barbara. I appreciate that one. And do we have anything else? Any other questions out there? And we're doing good today, aren't we?
Yeah, we
time-wise?
are. We might even get a bike ride in today.
Okay, well, I'm going to do an initial one for John just before we sign off because we have a couple extra minutes. And going back to the screen, and one that he has asked is, well, how about the robot bidding and play? There's Bridge Base Online, Sinray, and that's one I haven't studied a lot, but you can get a ID and password there also. It's, I think the Chinese have come up with that one, and from what I've seen, it's pretty good. I mean, you won't have the tens of thousands of players on there, and so if you're playing against robot, though, that's not really a problem. FunBridge is had some acclaim. It's once again maybe less than 1/10 of the size of Bridge Base, but they've got some good robots, probably in some ways maybe better than the BBO Gib robots, the Ginsburg Intelligent Bridge robot. And but you know, here's the thing: you think about the owner of the company, Fred Gittleman, and Udre, or whatever the person, his lead programmer, has spent for these years. And when you've got, you know, 5, 10, 20,000 people playing, especially in the COVID-19 days, you have to have some efficiencies because the robots are taught to bid, programmed to bid in 2 ways. One is things that are if-then-else logic. So, you know, if I have had high card points of da-da-da-da, and the bid was preempt or, you know, just a 1 level da-da-da-da, some of those can be programmed in. But when it comes to some of the bidding and play, you know, you can't use programming. The amount of program steps you would have to give would be innumerable, infinite. So what they do is they have a simulation. So it says, okay, I don't know, I'm not been programmed for this. It's kind of like Vuja Day. You know, Deja Vu, I've seen this before. That's the programming stuff. Veja Du is the opposite, where I've never seen anything like this before. So it'll run through tens of thousands of simulations to say, oh, I think based upon like that one hand we saw today, where it went 1 diamond, and then I do a double, and they go 1 spade with 4 nothings, and then I then bid 2 hearts, is that now we're kind of, it's running simulations. Obviously, the simulations didn't do very well, as you can see. But the point is that if you're in a site that's heavily loaded like Bridge Base, the robot play may not be as good as some of these other sites where they can have more CPU cycles to do more of that, or maybe better programmers, because the GIB, Ginsburg Intelligent Bridge, I think it's been out there for about, 15 years. I can remember my early days of Bridge that it was just coming out. So consider that if you're looking for a higher or a lower level of play. The Bridge Baron's been out, probably 20 years now, and that's on a disc. And I like the fact that you can get hints for if you're kind of an emerging player, a novice, intermediate, you can get hints for, you know, what should I bid, and hints for what does that other bid mean. And it's good for practice. Jack is used to be one of the higher competitors. And I think what I'll do on one of these lessons is I will actually take a look at where they've had the competition, where all of these games play against one another, and the robots, you know, who fares out well. There is another one I think I see that's not mentioned here. So we'll get more into that, John. But so stay tuned on that one. That's a good question. Yes, Grace?
Bernice has a question. She said, I rented a robot today. What does that actually mean? I become the robot?
Bernice, I hope not. No. A robot.
That was a belly laugh.
To play with there, yeah. So, it's one where you can, I think you can rent it for a day or a week. I forget what it is. I've not done that myself, but it's where you can have a level of play with your partner, your robot partner, to do like practice on certain types of hands if you want. So if you want to say simulation, I want to do ones where I've got 15 to 17 and my partner's got a 6-card major. or 6-card minor, or I want ones where we have 33 or 37 points because I want to practice my slam bidding and grand slam bidding. You can have it where you can have your robot partner where you can do some simulations and the like. So yeah, that's a good question. So yeah, it's good for practice. Yes.
Okay, that gives me a question then.
Okay.
Does the robot ever say, "It depends"?
Never. No, it's always like, Michael, I know exactly what I want to do. I'm not wavering. I am not worrying. I am completely confident in my program. I have no hesitation. But as I said, if it's going through the simulation and all of a sudden it's taking it 3 to 5 or 6 seconds before it comes, it's not just a server load. It can go through real quickly if it's using the if-then-else logic. But if it's going through a simulation, because I ain't never seen nothing like this. This is Vujade country. Then yeah, it's going to be taking a lot more time there before it's going to go up with a bid, and use that to your advantage or your own peril, especially if it's an opponent that's making a call, a robot opponent. So Grace, why don't you come on over and let's go ahead and wrap this puppy up and kind of start getting ready for tomorrow, because we have a fun lesson on opening leads versus a suit contract. It's going to be a good one. It's 2 hours later, so Pacific time. That is not 1 o'clock, but it is 3 o'clock, or adjust accordingly 2 hours later for those of you who are members. And we've got some fun things in store tomorrow. So here she comes. Grace, look at her outfit. Tell us about your outfit today.
It's way down here.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Anyway, so yeah, I almost got tangled up in the cords. That was quite fun and
see
interesting.
that
I had to be really careful.
Yeah, the spiders got her, I think.
I didn't want to have a trip this fall.
Oh, that.
Anyway, we definitely thank you for being here. Thank you for your wonderful questions. If you get an opportunity to hit that little thumbs up button, we appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And
bring in your questions for next week, right? We'd love more of those that come
Friday.
in. So next Friday. And if you're interested in getting a membership, well, if you haven't gone to BridgeHands.com yet, you can go over there. There's quite a bit there. We have the Tantalize You, a freemium as we like to call it. So you can sign up for a free membership and get a chance to see some of our recorded videos. And the Saturday videos, in addition to watching them live, you can, as well as the Wednesdays, you can watch them anytime you want to. You don't have to watch them live. As we do the Fridays, we keep those now available for everybody all the time. But the ones that are on Saturdays, they get put over on the server. They're edited so that we maximize your time there.
So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 2 hours later. And until then,
happy trails to you. So thanks for coming here. I hope you enjoyed the show. And until next week, peace out.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now. Happy trails to you until we meet